Tonight on The Big Idea, angel investors, the mystery investors with deep, deep pockets in the shadows of startup companies. They spend big time and rule the world of business. Tonight, how to find them and how to get an angel investor to back your big idea.
Welcome to The Big Idea. I'm Donny Deutsch. Tonight, calling in the Archangel. We've got a full hour dedicated to the lifeblood of new business, the angel investors. If you ever want to start a new company or want to roll the dice on someone else's company, or even if you just want to know about one of the most important and least talked about parts of business, then this is the show to watch. And it all starts with two things: money and a big idea.
A potentially enormous shift is underway in business. Angel investing is on the rise, up 15% in the first half of this year. A new breed of angels, made up of large groups of investors teamed together, is gravitating towards more advanced companies, meaning some businesses in their earliest stages of startup are beginning to suffer. So who are the angel investors? Typically, angel investors invest between $150,000 and $1.5 million. They come in after friends and family have ponied up the loose change, but well before the big-time venture capitalists show up writing multi-million-dollar checks. They expect a payoff much higher than traditional investors, and they are crucial to building American businesses. According to estimates, last year, 227,000 angel investors backed about 50,000 deals. They dropped $23 billion on those big ideas. More money than all the venture capitalists combined.
All right, let's get this started with an angel investor backing several interesting companies. Dan Williams. Dan, welcome to The Big Idea.
Donnie, thanks for having me.
Okay, entire show on angel investing tonight for anybody out there that is either interested in becoming an angel investor or wants to find an angel investor or a network of angel investors for the company. So let's start out. What exactly is an angel investor?
Angel investing, Donnie, is probably somewhere between the seed stage, the really early stage, friends and family investment in a company. Then you get the venture stage, which is when you're ready for institutional capital, probably a raise in excess of $2-3 million. Mm-hmm. There's a sort of vacuum in there that angel investing fills. It's the first stage of outside capital that comes into a company as it grows. So
it's basically, let's say I have a neat idea and I've raised a few bucks from my parents and my good friends and whatnot. I'm not ready for the VCs for the 5 or the 10 or the $20 million. I need some extra cash. Sure. This is where the angel investors come in. How did you become an angel investor? Because what people don't understand out there, yes, there are people, angel investors, investing tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, but there are people investing $50,000 a year, and they're angel investors also.
Absolutely. I had a company in the UK that was backed by angel investors. When that company became moderately successful and we were lucky enough to exit out and come to America, I felt there was a desire on my side and also a need in the marketplace to start making those kind of investments to other people. I had no real intention of becoming an angel investor when one day I met a young man who I was coaching rugby. He came to me with a business plan, and from there it just spiraled. I got my taste of it from that. I think we're going to see him later on, but from there it just grew and grew, and more investments. Okay,
so I want to just pick up the story for a second, how you basically, how you found your first angel investment. You were into rugby. You're driving by Princeton University where you live. You see guys playing rugby. You say, mm-hmm. Hey, I want to get involved. You start coaching the rugby team.
Yes, exactly that.
Okay, pick it up from there.
From there, we're halfway through my first season. A couple of the guys on the team have asked me what I do for a living. Princeton kids, Ivy League, always curious, always critical. One of the guys comes up to me after practice, says, Coach, I've got an idea. And what we were just talking about, he gave me the technical specs. It's RFID 10 something.
I want to go through it because this is the essence of angel investing. Sure. You guys are having a beer together at a restaurant.
He says, Coach, I got this idea. I said, everyone's got an idea, Josh. Not interested.
Okay,
he says, Coach, let me tell it to you. It's Easy Pass for food, drinks, beers, and line management. I said, okay, now I get it. Easy Pass. I use that every day. Beer, I know what that is. Don't touch it myself, but he takes me out, sits me down in Hooters, says, here's the business plan, Coach. Writes it down on the back of a napkin. Genius.
All right, so this college kid pitches you an idea. A company ended up being called Proximities. It's basically an easy pass that people use in amusement parks. It was your first introduction to being an angel investor. Let's take a look.
The company, Proximities. The big idea. Proximities makes an electronic wristband that's perfect for theme parks and their customers. The Go wristband, as it's called, takes the place of a paper ticket and paper money. Customers can swipe it at turnstiles, restaurants, or lockers. It can be loaded with money or linked to a credit card, and it tells a vendor if a customer is old enough to buy alcohol. What's next? The Go product line is already installed at about a dozen sites, including amusement parks, water parks, amphitheaters, and nightclubs. And next year, Proximities will roll out its product in all Palace water parks nationwide.
Okay, let's bring in now the founder of Proximities, Josh Gervin. How you doing, man?
Good.
So this is a great story because this is the essence of angel investing, and it seems like a very sophisticated term, but basically, rugby coach, college player in Princeton, you have this idea. Give me how you pitch this guy the idea. Take me into that restaurant. You got a little napkin on the table. You got this new idea. Let's go to that meeting.
I started out by just explaining the general concept of what we were trying to do, which is to bring RFID into the leisure and entertainment industry to try and bring some efficiencies, to streamline the business operations, because it seems to be the leisure and entertainment industry is one of the last places where you're starting to see some of these sophisticated technologies.
So basically, this is an armband I put on, where I put a certain amount of money into it. I can go through the park to show my armband, so it takes all waiting out, it increases revenues for parks. How much, at this point, you go, wow, great idea, I want to invest in it. But give me the math of how an angel investor, you threw 150 grand into this at that point?
The first round, I think it was 150, right, Josh?
So how did you know that was the number? What did you give away for that number? Without getting into anything you don't want to get into, how do you kind of, at that point, understand what you're getting for your bucks and vice versa? How do you know you're not giving away too much?
Well, I think that's a negotiation that happens between the company and the angel investors, and I think one of the ways that you establish a fair market value is that you have multiple people who are interested in investing. If you're working with just one person, then it is much more difficult to establish what that fair market value is.
Was this anything more than an idea at this point? Did you have the technology? What exactly did you have at that point when you brought in the angel investor?
Well, one of the things that we did have was a unique wristband design. You can see here. What's unique and patented about our product is that actually when you remove this wristband, it electrically disables the RFID.
So you had the product already. So you see this. How do you then, as an investor, you say, okay, the critique you get, the formula you gave me before is smart management. Seems like obviously Princeton kid, smart kid, simple product, clearly can explain this to 10th graders. You want to get your money out. How do you then get to 150 grand? What do you get for that?
It's a balance, and Josh alluded to that. It's trying to balance between how much money they need, how much money you want to give to the project, and also with a very early stage company like that, you have to have some sort of longer term play. You don't want to just pitch your money in at the very beginning and just hopefully 5 years later see it back out again. We had to see a path to, okay, that 150,000 is going to get us to here. At that point, if they've been successful, we can look at reinvesting in that company and so on and so forth. It's not just a kind of punt and run, as it were. It's just you put it in, you see certain things that you want to have achieved for that amount. As terms of valuation, that's just that's plucking apples from a bucket. I mean, we just sit down and say, we think it's worth X. They come back and say, we think it's worth Y. And we come to a point where they're happy.
So where is it now? Where's the company now?
The company, we're based in Melbourne, Florida. We have taken on a significant Series A financing round, and we have now lined up some significant customers in the leisure entertainment industry.
Okay, so you're happy with your this was your first play into it, left a very, very good taste in your mouth. When we come back, we're going to take it to the next level of angel investing. Basically, you were the network. You got together with 20 other angel investors. You guys all have to kick in at least 50 grand a year. You find the right investments. We're going to bring that next level of investee out, talk about his business. Once again, it's angel investing night. If you got a few bucks, you're looking to invest, we're going to show you how to do that. If you got a great idea, there's a lot of angel investment money out there. We're selling ideas and money, putting them together. Don't go anywhere.